This is a space channel, so we're going to talk about Starship Flight Test 11. Starship Flight Test 11 was the 11th flight test of SpaceX Starship launch vehicle using Booster 15 and Ship 38. It was the last flight of Block 2 Starship vehicle and flew a similar profile to the previous two flights. According to Eric Berger, Flight 11 would include additional tasks of the Raptor engine. SpaceX stated that the ship would have some tile experiments, including removing tiles that lack an elusive backup section. The booster was 24 flight proven engines test configured planned to be used by block free boosters upon landing before being expanded. And here's a picture of the launch of this rocket into space, which is the biggest rocket ever launched. Bigger than even in pure height than even the Saturn V. Vehicles tested ahead of launch. Booster 15 was rowed back to Baga Bay on March 8th for a refurbishment after having flown on Flight 8. It was then rowed to Pad 1 on September 5th and stacked onto the orbital launch mount on September 6th. B-15 then performed a 33 engine, 9-second duration static fire on September 7th. Booster 15 then rowed back to Marietta Bay on 1 on September 8th. B-15 was rolled back to Pad 1 on October 8th and was lifted onto the OLM. Ship 38 was rowed to the Missy test site for pseudocorrupted testing on July 27th. On July 30th, conducted three separate pseudocorrupted proof tests, followed by a return to the production site on August 1st. Eugene engine installation began on August 14th, and two vacuum Raptor entering Margaret Bay 2 S-31 rolled out to the LOB 1 at the Starbase launch site on September 17th, was then lifted onto the launch mount for static fire testing. The first attempt at a static fire was aborted as the vehicle began propellant load on September 18th. It attempted a static fire, but it was aborted for unknown reasons during propellant loading. They then conducted a 6 engine, 8-second duration static fire on September 22nd. On October 11th, Ship 38 was integrated with its payload and lifted atop Booster 15. Mission profile. The mission profile of Flight 11 was similar to the previous flight test, with the ship splashdown in the Indian Ocean and the booster conducting landing burn experiments over the Gulf of Mexico. 8 Starlight simulators were deployed along with a flight test. So the launch date was October 13th at 23:23 UTC, 6:23 p.m. CDT. Rocket Super Heavy Block 2, Starbase Pad 1. Intermission Super Heavy October 13, 2025, 23:29:36 UTC. Ship October 14, 2025, 29:25 UTC. Super Heavy Gulf of Mexico. Ship Indian Ocean northwest of Western Australia. Um, yeah. So it made it 119 miles up. Um, 8 Starlight Link mass simulators, 16,000 kilograms, 35,000 pounds. Everything beside one engine was a success with this thing. It even splashed down in the ocean. I don't understand why they don't have a drone ship. They probably should for that upper stage. Let's see if we can get a video for this. Pretty cool. Okay. Let's take a look at our launch. Okay, as we wait, let's see where we are. This is really cool because this was the second successful mission of this rocket, which is going to allow for much cheaper payload delivery into space in the future, and maybe more spaceships and human flight, and even more telescopes to study planets that then will bring us closer to maybe an Earth-like planet. That would be really cool.
It is, but it's just beautiful.
There we go. There's the launch push. This is the second step. Not only go to this space and deliver a payload, but also splash down in the Indian Ocean.
Call, but I was able to send a text to my wife.
Those are demonstrators.
Yeah, nice. I mean, I've been using the Apple, like, you know.
Although kind of janky, although kind of bodged together, it served the test of because it's retired. Powered 1 is retired. That kind of last minute bodge they put in for Flight 2.
Beautifully designed for the end of the era, which is the end of.
Yeah, the end of Ship 2.
It is one of our cameras.
I see a shoe.
And the next flight. It's just slightly longer.
Splashdown off the Gulf with a catch on 14, assuming it goes well. Maybe.
To just, you know, be loose and flappy and all that for you. Hyper as well. So I need to update this. I'm just and everything, like by now they should have already loaded all the kerosene.
Yep, so this is what we have on this one.